Hey, it's Joshua Benavides, founder of the Center for Profound Wellbeing and creator of TRM, the Transcendental Releasing Method. And in this short video, I want to share an answer to a question that I get a lot from clients when we start exploring the inside-out nature of the human experience. And that question is something along the lines of, well, how do I change my habitual unwanted thoughts and feelings? You know, the ones that keep recurring, the ones that seem to just keep coming back again and again and again and again. How do we get rid of it? How do we change that? Well, the short of it is essentially you stop trying to change, fix, or get rid of your unwanted thoughts and feelings. That's the short of it. You essentially let go of trying to change, fix, or get rid of them. Yeah, because the only reason that you're wanting to change, fix, or get rid of the thought and feeling is because you're resisting it. It's because you don't want to feel that. Yeah. So instead of letting the feeling run its course, instead of feeling it, instead we try to escape from it, right? Through sex, drugs, entertainment, so on and so forth. We try to maybe just express it, vent it a little bit, and sometimes we can even get caught up in a circle of repeating the same story again and again and again. Maybe you know someone. Or we just keep pushing it down. We keep suppressing it, right? And so the thing is that when we're trying to change or fix or get rid of our thought, feeling in the moment, we're resisting it. And as you know, whatever you resist tends to persist. So I want to share a metaphor that might help to make this even clearer. Let's just say that you had a jar of water, yeah, and it was currently murky with mud. Now, if you wanted this water to clear up, right, to go back to its natural state of clarity, shaking the jar to try to manipulate the content of the mud in the water is just not going to work, right? It makes sense. It's not going to work. The more you shake it up, the more it stirs up. So what can you do, right? Well, interestingly enough, at some point you start noticing that if you don't do anything, if you just let the mud run its course, if you let it do what it does, yeah, eventually you'll start noticing that the mud begins to settle on its own, yeah, and revealed what it leaves behind is the innate clarity of the water. And like this metaphor, the same thing occurs in our minds. When we're so caught up with our thinking or feeling, and our minds are murky, if you will. We can't see clearly. If we simply stop trying to change the contents of our thinking, if we stop trying to manipulate it, yeah, make it go away or resist it, the mud starts, or in this case, our thought feeling starts to naturally, very naturally process it by itself. It moves through us. And sometimes literally in just seconds, we start noticing, again, our innate well-being, our innate clarity, and our innate peace. Yeah. Now, this happens very naturally throughout the day. Everybody experiences this, where one moment maybe you're really caught up in your thinking and feeling. You're really caught up in memories or fearful imagination of the future. But then after that processes through, maybe you go and have a cup of tea, maybe you go out for a walk in nature, or something like this happens, and suddenly you start to feel your thinking and feeling settle down again. And as it settles down, once again, you're feeling great. You're feeling clear. You're feeling trusting. You're feeling like you're not alone in this universe, and so on and so forth. You feel connected to life. Now, although this happens very naturally throughout the day, every single day, this happens naturally. Sometimes we don't notice it, but it's always happening. We can accelerate our healing and our transformation when we engage in the conscious and continual surrender of all of the different barriers that we've placed up to love, to freedom, to inner peace, to our innate well-being. Yeah. And to make this very clear, the way that we would do that is through a process essentially of letting go. Yeah, but not letting go like a lot of other teachings and methods focus on letting go, but really what they're really trying to do is just get rid of the feeling. They're still trying to block it out in some way or manipulate it, so on and so forth, right? Get rid of it. What I'm suggesting is the following, that when you're jar gets murky, right? When your mind gets murky, when you're really caught up in your thoughts and feelings, you welcome that. Yeah? Explore this. Try this out for yourself. See what happens. You welcome the thought and feeling. You let it run its course, meaning you don't judge it. You don't try to suppress it. You don't try to push it away. You don't try to escape it. In fact, you let go and surrender all efforts to modify it in any way. Yeah, it's kind of like an oil lamp, to use another metaphor, that, as soon as you light an oil lamp, it's going to burn whatever amount of oil is in that lamp, and only as much oil is in that lamp. Yeah. So when you start to let the feeling burn, so to speak, or you let it process through you, and you don't try to modify it, you don't try to manipulate the fire that is burning the oil is just going to burn, and it does all get burnt up. Yeah. Likewise, in this case, letting the mud settle without trying to manipulate it or changing it, it'll reveal that your innate clarity, your innate well-being has always been present. It's the nature of the water. It's the nature of your mind to be at peace, to be clear. Yeah. And that becomes obvious when the mud settles, when you allow for these thoughts and feelings to just run through you, to let them run their course, to not avoid it anymore. And here's the other good news, is that when you surrender something of a lower order, and by that I mean things like fear and guilt and shame and doubt and so on and so forth, it automatically gets replaced by something of a higher order, things like confidence and clarity and courage, love and peace, right? Because again, it's our innate clarity. Yeah, it's like parting clouds, so suddenly the sun that was always shining can come through. Yeah, and what that means essentially is that you're always only one thought and feeling away from your innate happiness, your innate well-being and freedom. Yeah, you're always only one thought, one feeling away, and that's the thought and feeling that you're currently fixated on. That is currently, again, making your jar murky. Yeah. So, in essence, what I have found in over a decade of working with people from all walks of life, and all kinds of situations and all kinds of traumas and disturbances within, is that the more you surrender, meaning the more you stop trying to change, fix, or get rid of your experience, the more you surrender the war that is taking place on your present moment experience, the more that you will experience ever-increasing happiness, freedom, and joy in the moment. Yeah. And you start finding that this is your natural state. Now, what I've seen also is that the more you surrender, the more suddenly things like miracles, what some people would call miracles, begin to happen in and through your life. Because as you make space within, a greater intelligence, a deeper intelligence, a higher power actually starts moving in and through your life. We can also just call it your innate wisdom. Starts giving you insight and revelation as to how to navigate your life, how to navigate the challenges that occur in your life. Yeah, your potential gets activated. Yeah, your creativity begins to flow, and this is all natural. And it's what happens. That's why surrendering and letting go is so beneficial, so powerful to transform your life and raise the level of your life. Now, I hope this was helpful for you in some way. Again, I always encourage everyone to not believe a word I'm saying and to actually prove it for yourself. Try it out. See what happens if you stop trying to get rid of the feeling. You let it run its course. You let the mud settle. Yeah. You surrender any attempt to try to change it or manipulate it, and see what that does for you. Now, if this was helpful and you'd like to go further into this, further into the process of surrender and letting go, then I have some very exciting news, because in the coming days, and maybe even as early as tomorrow, we're going to be releasing a new program here at Profound Wellbeing called The Way of Surrender, a journey in letting go. And what I can tell you about it now is I truly feel that this is going to be a game changer in a very accessible and affordable way for people that really need some healing at this time, that really need some surrendering and letting go of all the different kinds of baggages and weight that we are carrying in and through our lives. It's affecting our relationships, our business, our finances, all of this, and to open up to new and greater possibilities. So if that sounds like something you might be interested, I want to encourage you to keep your eyes peeled. And if you would like to be updated when that happens, when we do release this, then of course I encourage you to sign up below this video. If you're watching this from somewhere else, then of course come and visit profoundwellbeing.com. Or visit me on facebook.com/profoundwellbeing, where we'll also be posting an update. Yeah. So again, I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, please share it. And of course, create a beautiful, beautiful day.